Welcome to CEOess Era Conversations powered by the Boss Woman Network. You know, Boss Woman Network is not going anywhere. It's just going to the back. But CEOS is in the front. And CEOS means a female CEO that puts herself first. All right. So today's is Dr. Michelle Fennick. She is a strategist, a professor, and CEO whose work bridges research and real world application. She is the founder and CEO of Consult Dr. Michelle LLC, where she helps leaders and organizations align priorities, steward their time effectively, and lead with purpose in fast-paced environments. So welcome to the show, Dr. Michelle Fennick. I'm so happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
And do you know, guys, this is her third time here, and I don't even let people come here like that, but she is special. All right. This is her number 3. That means she really likes me too.
Yes, very much, very much.
You have a unique blend of academia, leadership, strategy, executive coaching. How did your professional journey shape the work that you're doing right now?
Wow, that's a really, really wonderful question because that is exactly what happened. Everything happened organically. I was concluding my career in public education where I was coaching principals. And one of the things that stood out to me is that I would have principals come to me and they would be completely burned out. They would be just frazzled. And so it broke my heart because these are people who are high functioning, who have gotten all of these credentials, and they feel just exacerbated. And so one of the things that really began to help them when I was able to dig down to the root of what was happening is they were doing way too much. They were trying to do everything, and you can't do everything.
No.
There's a wonderful writer on time management, David Allen. He says, you can do anything, but not everything. You just can't do everything. And so I began looking for strategies to share with school leaders. And so my business is born out of superintendents hiring me to work with school leaders to dig down and help them find time. And so that's always a wonderful experience. So when I meet with someone and they just tell me I can't do it all. I can't find the time. I'll say, okay, well, let's find it. Is it here? Let me see. Is it there? I know it might be underneath these cards, but it's not. It's not. You're never going to find it. You have to create it. And that's what I love about your brand is that you do have to put first things first. And you do have to preserve you first. So there has to be time allotted for that. So it's born out of that. It's really born out of how do people get empowered to take charge of their time and prioritize their schedule.
Wow. I know that's a lot. Do they even have executive assistants that's helping them?
They do.
And it's still they're overwhelmed.
They do, but it's how you execute. And it's what Stephen Covey, and I know you're a Stephen Covey fan.
Yes.
So he says that you need to not prioritize your schedule, but schedule your priorities. And that's like a huge shift. Like you have to really get with your executive assistant to see what they're doing. There's some people who are so controlling that they can't give it away. And so for many of those individuals that I was working with, where's your distributive leadership? You've got to trust someone. And also you have to give some of the work away because you may be blocking someone's blessing. There may be someone who can do the marketing better than you for your campus or your business. There may be someone who can greet people and do the scheduling. There may be some AI that can do that.
Most definitely.
And yes. And so what can you take off of your plate so that you can really focus and be that visionary for what you want to execute? Like, what is the real brand? And so their executive assistants, if they use them well, are very helpful. And so when I was a principal, my executive assistant and I had a beautiful system. And so I share those systems now with other leaders.
Oh, that's good. She coming in just helping the whole organization, just get organized and put systems in place. Basically,
Yes.
those systems are everything. Even if it's not AI, just having systems in place are really game changers. You shared that you didn't initially set out to start a business. Instead, it just grew organically.
Yes.
From repeated conversations and requests, when did you realize this work needed to be formalized and scaled?
So when I actually was hired after I concluded my work in public education, there were so many requests. I said, let me put this in a business. And so the name, even Consult Dr. Michelle, I would get calls for assistance with interviews, calls for assistance with being overwhelmed, calls for looking for jobs. And so I said, I'm spending quite a bit of time on this. How can I monetize this? And so I really began to build a business, and it's still being built, but I provided some more structure, but there was a lot of building the business while they're working on the airplane while it's in the air. So there was a lot of that. But I'm at a place now to where there's a mission, there's a vision. I don't do things that are outside of my expertise. And so I really try to preserve and focus on the things that I can actually deliver.
That's good. That's a great business to get into, guys. But everybody don't have the gift to be able to just get in there and reorganize the whole business like that. That's pretty cool. Much of your work centers on the stewardship and decision making. Why do you think so many leaders struggle with aligning their priorities in today's fast-paced environment? That's pretty much what you said, kind of. They struggle because they're trying to do too much and they're not really delegating. Did you want to expound on that a little bit more?
Yes, it's a slippery slope. The Bible tells us to whom much is given, much is required. And so as the leader, you feel responsible for everything, and you are.
Yes.
And so I always state that you are. If the marquee has an issue, that issue lies with you. You're responsible for that. However, you want to get in front of things. And so there's so many leaders who are just rapid, just moving at a fast pace and reacting. And when you're reacting, you never catch up. You're always putting out fires. And so I have them kind of reset, look at what their goals are, and then work from that place. And then make sure that they're focusing on those goals. If you have 10 goals, you're not going to reach them. You're spread too thin. But what can you do? And also, what are those high yield levers that will yield the best outcome that you're seeking? And so we do some work around that. But leaders can get, again, just burned out and stressed out. Yes. And exhausted because they're just reacting. And they do feel responsible for every single thing. And so micromanaging, it's never going to work.
Oh, I hate being micromanaged.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Have you worked in an environment where you were micromanaged?
I have.
How did you handle that?
I thought about it this morning, and it's so sad because the real gifts don't get a chance to
flourish,
roll up to the top.
Yeah.
And then when I look back on it, because I really believe in being a reflective practitioner, meaning that there's no failures if you learn from them. Those leaders never got a chance to be at their highest level because they were always managing, always examining, always critiquing. And they never got a chance to be at use their gifts to be really actualized. And I really believe that. I believe that there were some leaders that I had that could have been so much more if they would have focused on leadership.
That makes sense. So you mentioned learning to grow at a pace of alignment rather than urgency. What did that lesson require you to change about your approach and the way you approached opportunities in leadership?
So with alignment, I wanted to make sure that I was being true to my real gifts. It's so important to know who you are and know who you are not. And so when you're working in your God-given purpose, you can flourish. So when opportunities would come and I knew I didn't have the skill set for those, then those are things that I say no to and feel good about it. And then those things that I know that I can do, then yes, I'm going to pursue those things. And so that yes and no becomes so critical. Those doors that we go through, it's such a waste of time and we go through doors that really weren't intended for us. We may get some lessons.
So true. Yeah, we definitely get the lessons.
But those are some hard lessons.
Oh, aren't they some hard lessons?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about it on the surface, but I know you experienced some things lately that were kind of bothering you, because you kind of reached out to me a little bit, and I think I might have triggered something I said. I don't know what I said, but I know that I have gone through some things when dealing with people in business and things like that. How did you handle that challenge?
So you post so much great content, and you posted something about, I think it was the who you connect with or who you work with. And so each year, Lalani, I pick a word and I pray about it. I mean, it's I focus on it. It's my word. I reference it in conversations. I reference it in my social media. And so my word this year was network. But network in a way to really nurture good relationships, great connections, not transactional.
Right.
Not transactional. I've had enough of transactional. And so, how can you really nurture that relationship so that there's a real connection, real care, real affirmation being given without wanting something? You know, I don't want to show up, give me. And I don't want anyone else to show up in my life saying, give me. How are you? How's your business? How are you? How's your business? Wow, that's fantastic. And out of that, I just really believe that authentically, in a nice, pure, organic way, opportunities will flourish. And so, and I'll share this because this is me just being transparent and vulnerable. There have been so many opportunities, networking opportunities that I've had in my life. I'm 53, that I just missed because I'm an introvert.
Oh, that's us.
Yes.
Same.
Yes. And so because I had this, I just thought it was kind of just grimy to be just out there just networking and asking and promoting. And so now I'm at a place to where I'm going to go ahead and call this person because I feel like it's a win-win for this connection.
I love that. I definitely thought it was draining with all the networking and things like that, especially as an introvert. It's kind of hard to put yourself out there. Gosh, how did you gain the confidence to just start putting yourself out there, especially as an introvert? It's hard. It's draining your energy. Then it's not really, a lot of the times, like you say, transactional. You really just connect with somebody that night or that day, change numbers, and then we don't even talk to these people ever again. How do you develop, or have you figured out how to develop like deeper connections with people when you go out there and meet people?
So just to be completely honest, I'm a work in progress. However, I have found that my why helps to push me through most situations. So if it's important for me to put my brand out there, it's incumbent upon me to have the strength to push through and do that. And it'd be very selective, because it is draining for introverts to put themselves out there. And, people, you do have to touch, you have to have those touch points. It's when we're introverts, it's fun to work in isolation. It's fun to build in isolation. You don't have to have this banter with someone else about the words or the color scheme or the setup or how the stage is set. You can just do it.
Just go.
It's yours. However, people are the conduits for wealth. So you got to get to the people. And so that pushes me. I know that I have to get to people in order to promote my business, in order to sell my workbook.
That's true.
I have to have access and relationship and some kind of connection to people.
We just got to know the right people and the right connections to connect with, because I know you and I have both been burned. I think we all have experienced that at some point. Gosh, I wish the world was different, but it's not. So it's just navigating and learning how to align with the right people and not drain your energy, but uplift you and feed off of each other. That's the goal. As the opportunities increased, you became more intentional about, we just said this, about boundaries and focus. How did learning to say no strengthen your leadership in business? How did it strengthen it?
So, someone explained to me, use your calendar and just let that be your guide. And so I schedule every single thing, Leilani. I schedule it.
Oh, yeah.
I schedule sleep.
Oh, goodness.
When I have the time that I wake up, journal, meditate.
That's great.
Breakfast. And I'm a meticulous scheduler. For instance, today, it's a distance. So I have drive time, the interview time, and the time home. And so having a tight schedule like that, I consult that calendar first. And so I think of like a young lady. We were told if someone is asking that on a date, don't just say, okay, let's go right now. If they call you, you don't just go.
Right.
You say, yes, suitor, let me check my calendar first. Okay, I might be available on this day. I have some time. And so it's the same thing with opportunities. It's the same thing with how you accept and don't accept different things that you do. And so I consult that calendar and I put things on it, any speaking engagement, any conference, drive time, getting my hair done, all of those things.
That's great. Basically, you have a full system.
I do.
I mean, it's a serious system all the way down to what time you're going to sleep, what time you're waking up,
what time I eat. Yes.
Wow. And you stick with it consistently. That's good.
Yes.
That's a great system to have. I'm pretty sure that keeps you motivated on.
And it also works as a beautiful audit of where you're spending your time. For instance, if you are in a relationship and you don't have time for a husband, child, you're not making you don't have those windows for them, then it shows, because it's like people say time is money.
It is.
And how people spend their money shows where their heart is. So if time is money, how are you spending your time?
Systems. Speaking of systems, how have you implemented AI systems intentionally and also teach leaders how to use it ethically and responsibly? How do you see AI supporting efficiency while protecting human judgment and integrity?
Absolutely. That's so important. So the projects, Microsoft Copilot, Chat, they allow you to build projects. And so I have things that are ongoing. I work on time, the currency of time and time management, time alignment. I work on being a reflective practitioner. And so I upload articles and I just constantly put info into those things so that I can continue to build on my research around that. So I can always consult that folder. And it's always generating new ideas and things that I can explore. Additionally, for my business, if I want to do an event, it will outline that event out to the color scheme, who my target audience is, and it will just generate it so beautifully. From an ethical standpoint, leaders, there are some tasks that are just monotonous that leaders do. They send emails at a particular time. They may send a beginning of the year email where they welcome everyone back so they can keep that project and have just a compository of all of those things that they do on a cyclical basis. And so it begins to be just a wonderful time saver. And additionally, it is important for school leaders not to upload or include students' information or staff information or sensitive information or any information that could be used in a compromising way for any person. And that's for all of us. We're not to upload someone's personal information. However, the time saving from those implements, I also use Canva, which is amazing. The things that it does now, and it's so intuitive.
Hold on. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. I hate to cut you off, but let's check these cameras. We're going to be right back. Oh, so many lights in here. I hate I didn't do that. I'll be forgetting to check the cameras. I'm going to get me an assistant that's going to be able to come in.
Were they taping and everything?
Yes.
Okay. I want an assistant. We can talk about that too. Yes.
Yes. All right. We are back, everybody. CEOS Era Conversations powered by Boss Women Network. We're still sitting here with Dr. Michelle Fennick, and we're going to kind of finish where we were left off. We were speaking about AI systems before we had to rush and take a quick break. You were speaking about that you use Canva
and Gamma.
Okay.
Is another great one, and Calendly.
Oh, I love Calendly.
I love Calendly so much.
Mhm.
And so for aspiring school leaders, I share with them that just the benefits. You can use it to where anyone can schedule. You can integrate all of your calendars.
Yes.
For instance, I have several calendars and it integrates them. So it doesn't allow me to ever be double booked or triple booked. I can also, the person that's scheduling can have the freedom to either choose in person
Yes.
or Zoom.
Yes.
And for my coaching, they can just go ahead and they can pay at that time. They can just sign up, pay, and it's already done and out of the way. So I love that.
Yeah, those are some great systems to have in place. Although there is a whole, I mean, you'll be researching for days trying to keep up with all of the AI technology and everything that's going on out there. You got to do your research and kind of learn more about it. But those are some great systems that she just mentioned because I use them as well, especially ChatGPT. That's a lifesaver. Now you can create AI agents with ChatGPT. It's just so many things you can do now with ChatGPT. Last night I was playing around with it, trying to reorganize my room. So I snapped a picture of my room and then asked ChatGPT, "Can you reorganize my room and show me how?" And it reorganized it, showed me how I should put this, maybe buy this, this, and this. It was great. I was like, wow. So if you're not using ChatGPT, at least try ChatGPT. It is a lifesaver just starting out with that. So the moment when personal care routines begin to slip and it directly impacted your energy and performance, how did that experience reshape your approach to self-care and leadership?
So if that cup is empty, you have to give from the overflow. And it's just consistent. And also your brand. If you're beaten down, you don't kind of give off the energy that you can do, or people aren't as so inspired by that. Unfortunately, the aesthetic does impact the brand.
Yeah.
And so, and you have to make sure that you have the self-care on so many levels, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially.
Yes.
And if those things are depleted, it's very difficult to give out because you don't have it. And so it's not healthy to try to give out financially, to try to give out mentally, to try to share any wisdom, to try to inspire being healthy if you aren't.
That is so true. You cannot pour from an empty cup, as they always say. Yes. Wow. So what is your method for, what is the word, pulling yourself back out of the, when you do a shutdown and have to kind of reevaluate what's going on?
So that calendar totally changes.
Oh,
it's a slowdown. It's more saying no. It's more being very selective. The things I do decide to do, they must align with where I'm trying to go. And so, and just the intentionality of it all, being very intentional, like really looking at, like, what's the intention behind going to this event? What is the intention around texting this person? What am I really trying to do? And so, but slowing down to do that really helps with a good reset.
It does. I just literally 2025, I say mid 2025 into this year, I just got to the point to where I started saying no and setting boundaries. I guess that's the part of the CEOS era. Self. Yes. Self, because you really can't pour from an empty cup. No. That is definitely the motto. Like taking breaks and not caring what nobody thinks, not even answering the phones, not returning text messages, just really going into myself and reevaluating what strengthens me, what are the problems that I'm having, what do I need to remove, what do I need to fix, What do I need to focus on? Those are the things that I just had to go through the process of recently. And that kind of changed my whole outlook on things and even my self-confidence. So I definitely can relate to that. And if you've been doing that for a while, I'm just catching on.
Well, and that word no, I did some research around that. Like, why are we as women, why is it so hard to say no? Why is the default yes? Delani, can we meet for lunch? Sure. Delani, can we? And I would get calls and requests and say yes, not knowing what I was saying yes to. It might be that I'm driving an hour. It might be that there's a dress code. Then you get there and there's valet. Just the sheer energy that was being pulled from those yeses. And so the research around the no says the reason we have such a hard time saying no is it sounds like a closed door. It sounds like rejection. It sounds harsh. But when we say no, it does allow us to say yes to the things that we need to do. And so you can say it so kindly. It's just 2 little letters. No.
No.
Oh, no, I won't be able to do that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. My schedule is full that day. And so I have to revisit it from time to time. I just had a recent offer, and it seemed like it was aligned to where I was trying to go, but I did a deeper dive because you also have to really investigate people before you decide to do a collaboration. And so I decided, this may not be aligned because their content does not reflect where I'm trying to go.
Yeah, I definitely started. That's another thing I had to start doing is watch who I align with and collaborate with. Because everybody don't think on the same mindset. They don't have the same character. Don't even have the same integrity. They just move different. So it's outside of business. Of course, you got to pay attention to how they handle business and how they handle business with other people. But you also have to pay attention to how they handle their personal lives. Because that's also a reflection. And I wasn't thinking about any of that at first. I just would be so happy to connect because I'm such an introvert. I'd just be excited to connect with somebody and not realizing that I can't just be connecting with everybody. I have to protect my energy. I have to protect what I'm building, what I stand for as a person. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. So let's talk about your book.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have the time alignment method. All right. Reclaim your time, redefine your priorities, and realign your life by Dr. Michelle Fennick. Look at this book. It's got you can't pour from an empty cup. It's got the hourglass here. Oh my goodness. Time. It's got a lot of help. I love the book. I love the pictures in there. That's very good quality. You helping people keep up with their time and management, energy strategies. Got a detox planning worksheet. Just all kind of things. What made you create this book? Tell us about it.
Leilani, I would go and speak, and people would always come up and say, "Do you have a book? Do you have some kind of a resource?" And so I didn't. And so I thought, oh, I have to make this long book and tell my story. And finally, I think I saw a program, and I said, I can do a workbook because most of this is me working with people through structured, very systematic ways. So let me compile that. And also, I wanted to explain that my time alignment method is not just a calendar. It's not just a yearly planner. It's a mindset.
Yes.
It's a complete mindset because anyone can have a calendar and calendar because I do that. I believe in it. I have so many people, so many testimonies of people saying my life was transformed from the time that you spent with me. Sorry, going over my calendar.
Mine too.
Right. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so my calendar says 12 o'clock. So that's what you hear. So I'm living this, y'all. But it was the relationship with time. You really are more empowered than you think. And so the time can't necessarily be found, but it can be created. And you, CEO of your life, are the creator of how you use your time. I think it was Tupac that said, we all get the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And so what are we doing with those? Well, that's up to us. And so you look at all these successful people, what are they doing with their time? They're waking up early. They may be meditating. They follow a nice, clean diet. They do put themselves first. Hopefully they put their family first. Millionaires, billionaires live this way. And so, although I'm a millionaire in training, I wanted to share these strategies because they leave you feeling so empowered instead of exacerbated, run down, and drained.
So let's finish talking about this book because I love it. I love the layout. Did you design it, everything yourself?
I did.
You did everything yourself?
I literally prayed over it, took all of my presentations,
beautiful,
and put them in. I took things from the time that I spend with school leaders, but I didn't want that to just be for school leaders. I wanted it to be for anyone that feels overwhelmed and feels like they are not being successful in getting things done, because sometimes people just get stuck.
Yeah.
Like there's this old adage, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so this helps you to go about things in a very systematic way so you can get it done. You can have the mindset to get it done.
I love this. I'm actually going to start using this because I wanted to even wait. I waited to open it until it was time to do the interview. But now that I'm opening it and looking at everything, this is going to be very helpful. You even have the systems that you're using to write that down, to remember that energy audit, the weekly planning framework, what worked well last week, what worked well this week, elements of effective daily rhythm. What time do you focus at the most?
Yes.
And what time is your least focus?
Yes.
This is, I love this.
Thank you.
This is great.
It's everything that I present. In the rhythm one, people love the presentation because I have us snap our fingers. And so the group will immediately begin to snap with me, right? It's a rhythm. Can you join me? Okay. So we found a rhythm.
Yeah.
So with our schedule, what can we put in a rhythm? Maybe it's, when do we get our hair done? Schedule that like every first Tuesday of the month. When do we get our nails done? When do we get our lashes done? When do we go for a massage? When do we meet with friends? And so if it's already scheduled, and there's a beautiful rhythm, because that happens naturally in nature. We have a rhythm of, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So where can we naturally place things so that they actually happen and come to fruition? And so I love doing that lesson with people. And then the optimized time, my optimized time, 10 to 2. So whenever someone will allow me to pick the schedule, please put me down for 11, because I know that my energy will be high. Yes.
My energy is high between 12 and 2.
Yes.
That morning time is not necessarily my time. I don't know. My brain is still being the package before that. But I do get up and still get on top of my work. But sometimes, but for some reason, that peak just hits. Yes. I don't know why it's lunchtime. I'm usually not even eating during 12 and 1 and 2. Yes. But yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. So I love this book. How can people find it and where can they purchase it?
So it's available on Amazon. And you can also go to my Instagram, Consult Dr. Michelle, and the link is right there for you in my bio.
All right. So let me ask you another question before we get on out of here. You inspired overcomers and people with growth mindset. How does that influence, or how does that inspiration influence how you mentor your leaders and teams?
I recognize that time is the only currency you spend without knowing the balance. Like I maximize every moment, knowing that touch point that I have with those school leaders is going to have impact with someone else. I don't take it lightly. And so I use every single moment to really extract every lesson that we can glean from whatever they're experiencing.
I love that. Do you have a message for the audience, even if it's tied to this book? What type of message? Because I love to get a message. for people that can inspire them in business or in life?
And so, in writing this book and putting together some time structures and just some time messages, one of the messages that came to me was stay ready and you won't have to get ready. If you are a business owner, you know that you will get invited to do interviews, you'll get invited to be on podcasts, you'll be invited to share your products. So have them ready. Get your headshots. Reach out to Fiverr if you need to get some of your materials put together. Invest that time so that when the opportunities come, you are ready. That's a time saver.
I love it. I also have something for you today, too. I got some giveaway books from another CEO like yourself. She also put together a book, and I wanted to give it to guests so they can also be of support of another female CEO. I'm going to get some of your books too,
Yes.
so I can also have some
Thank
to give
you.
away when I have guests to come in as well.
Thank you.
But this is from Dr. Julie. I can't think of her last name, but Dr. Julie, that's what I'm gonna say. With Lead, she is from Lead with Balance, the Balance CEO. So this is her book. I won't open it. I'll let you take it home and open it. But it's called The Balance CEO. It's for the CEOs. It's just another book. Like, it's not exactly like this because your book goes into some other areas of balancing your life and things like that. And this is also another area that probably you can use as well. So shout out to Julie, Dr. Julie. But here you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the CEOS Era Conversations powered by Boss Women Network. Don't forget to go to the website. The website is officialceos.com. You can still go to bosswomennetwork.com. It'll still direct you to the same place, but officialceoess.com. Remember, CEOS is a female CEO who puts herself first. And also, we offer AI solutions. So if you need help putting systems together for your business, even if you want to create your AI twin, your AI podcast with somebody that looks just like you doing all the talking for you, where you don't want to be on camera all the time. Because sometimes we don't want to get our hair done, we don't want to get our makeup done, but we got our twin out there talking for us. Or if you want to do an AI photo shoot, because sometimes we don't even want to pay a photographer, we don't want to get dressed up, we don't want to go buy any clothes to go do a whole photo shoot. We can do your whole AI photo shoot. If you need an AI phone system where you don't have an assistant, or maybe you don't have the budget to have an assistant answering your phone calls, we'll have some AI employee that'll answer your phone calls, schedule your appointments for you to go automatically to your calendar, send you an email confirmation, or if you need an agent to just respond to all your emails for you when they're emailing you. You don't have to go checking all these. You still need to check them, but your AI assistant will respond to those emails and send out your onboarding paperwork to your clients, or sending out your calendar link to your clients, just different things like that. But if you go to the website, it's a lot more details than what I'm speaking on that can assist you in setting up systems for your business. And that's called the CEOS experience. All right. So again, thank you for tuning in. I am Leilani, and this is Mrs. Dr. Michelle Fennick. Do you want to give out your information again so they can find you?
Thank you. So you can find me at www.consultdrmichelle.com. Also, my Instagram is Consult Dr. Michelle. I'm on TikTok as Dr. Michelle _PhD. And I would love to hear from you and connect with you. Answer all of my DMs personally. Thank you.
Don't forget to go buy her book. It is on Amazon, or you can go to her Instagram and website to purchase. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, bye.